It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Monday, the 21st of November. I'm James Spann. We are looking for rain and the pattern getting active, multiple opportunities with this pattern change. A lot of things to talk about here, so let's dive in. Here we go. As we start this Thanksgiving week. Got the trough that brought the cold air moving on to the east. A very dry air mass. We are starting off this day in the 20s in most spots. Look at Anniston, 25, Fort Payne, 23. Our man Vic Bell up at Black Creek is at 20 at 5 o'clock, and it's still, we'll still see another drop of a degree or two probably for the morning lows. But after yesterday and this morning, the growing season is clearly over, and tomorrow morning we'll see another freeze. Around the nation, very cold air covers the eastern half of the country. Coldest air so far this season. Looking more like winter. Freeze warnings in effect for the deep south, and understand many spots have already had a freeze. For example, the Tennessee Valley, the Weather Service in Huntsville, they're not issuing a freeze warning because of the big one they had yesterday. And for most of the state, no more freeze warnings until we get closer to spring, as our growing season is over. But our attention turns to coming attractions, and wow, look at day 2 on the convective outlook. This is tomorrow and tomorrow night. Severe storms could break out west of the state. For parts of eastern Texas, east Oklahoma, the standard slight risk around College Station, Texas, west of Houston. Then on day 3, there's no risk of severe weather, but this is suggesting there could be some thunder over parts of north and west Alabama. And of course, we are greatly interested in that. And this is the rain for the next 7 days, valid through early Monday morning of next week. And this is suggesting rain amounts of about 1 inch for northwest Alabama, 1/2 inch for Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, lighter amounts down to the south. And we'll look at very specific details about these potential rain events as we go. And that obviously is the great interest here with this exceptional drought we're in. And hey, our system down in the southwest Caribbean finally got its act together. We now have Tropical Depression 16 on the board. Will it affect the United States? No. This will be drifting back into Central America. Now, the Hurricane Center ramps this thing up to a hurricane later this week. It will be called Otto, and then into the coast of Nicaragua late this week, and then ultimately back out into the Pacific. So, model fans, let's see what we've got. Exciting times with changes coming. You can see multiple troughs at midday today. This is the 06C GFS at noon. Got the big one over the northeast, one over the western U.S., one south of Alaska. But we're in very dry air in between all of that. Got snow in the northeast, but for us, a sunny day, and the high will be around 60 this afternoon. Tomorrow, now we start the day here below freezing. In fact, the NAM is showing 25 at Birmingham. So a very cold morning, but of course to the west, the southerly winds return. A new surface low forming over Kansas, and storms will likely break out later in the day down over Oklahoma and Texas, and those could be strong. Wednesday, it's Thanksgiving Eve, busiest travel day of the year. Surface low is just east of St. Louis. Rain moving into Alabama. Rain would be falling over places like Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit, Memphis, Jackson. Snow over parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, upper Michigan, and snow out in the western states. So if you're traveling, just pick out your destination, see what you'll be dealing with. Here's the high-res NAM. This runs out to 68 hours. The 4-kilometer NAM runs to 60 hours, 4-kilometer NAM. This is noon Wednesday, and it's got the batch of showers and maybe some thunder over northwest Alabama at that point. Of course, that would progress on down to the south and east Wednesday evening. Here's the QPF off the GFS with this event, and it's got about a 1/4 inch of rain for most of North Alabama. And that's going to be the idea. And look, they're not going to break a drought, but goodness, a 1/4 inch, that's not bad. That'll settle the dust. And again, that would be great for the forestry officials. They really would like to spend Thanksgiving at home with their families, and a 1/4 inch of rain would certainly help the forest fire situation. Not the drought, but at least the forest fires. So rain, maybe some thunder Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Thanksgiving Day for now looks dry and pleasant. No cold air involved following that rain at midweek. In fact, some spots may be touching 70. We'll say highs between 65 and 70 Thursday. We'll call it partly sunny. Black Friday still looks pleasant, mostly sunny, close to 70, very comfortable day. All right, Iron Bolt Saturday. For now, it looks good. Sunny, I'd say 60s, a beautiful day for football at Bryant-Denny Stadium. This year's game is in Tuscaloosa. Go to Sunday, and you can see the GFS depicting rain with a new storm system to the west, and this is Monday of next week, a week from today, the 28th. All those blue shades mean that heights are below average down across the country, and a pretty good-looking storm system sweeps in here. A very deep surface low in around the Great Lakes with rain and maybe some thunderstorms. Now, let's look at the European depiction of this. It's a little faster. This is Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, and it's got the rain moving in here as the weekend wraps up. And then on Monday, it's dry. But so somewhere in the Sunday-Monday time frame, that's the next rain event. And hopefully that'll bring us a quarter to a half inch. We'll keep going. Let's keep going next week. This is Tuesday the 29th off the European, and wow. How about that for a rainstorm event? We got a surface low north of Memphis. And if this were to verify, this might indeed be a little strong, maybe severe storm issue. Here's a look at the instability values on Tuesday the 29th. And again, this is 8 days away. This could change, but it's likely with the pattern. When it happens, we don't know. But again, that could be a strong thunderstorm setup, so just be aware of that. We'll go out to the end of the forecast period. This is the middle of next week, Wednesday, the 30th of November. And boy, that looks good. This off the GFS, nice trough to the west, and that looks wet. So as you can see, the pattern is sure opening up. In a pattern flip, it doesn't mean it's just going to start raining. It opens the door for these traversing waves, these mid-latitude waves, and with each one, you'll have the chance of rain. This is the QPF, the expected rain for the next 10 days coming off the GFS. And it's got about 2.5 inches here for many spots around here. And hey, that's kind of exciting. Let's go deeper. This is the 45-day QPF off the European. This is the ensemble mean through the end of the year, technically through the 1st of January. And yeah, come on now. There's no skill in weather here, but we're looking at the pattern recognition. And this thing is painting 5, 6, 7 inches of rain around here. And again, we'll take that. And I do believe December will be pretty active. Another thing to watch is this negative AO, the negative Arctic oscillation. These shots of cold air coming in here, and we wonder if that might open the door for winter mischief at some point in December. I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm just saying as long as that thing stays negative, we'll see shots of cold air from time to time. Here are the numbers for the next 15 days. Temperatures here look pretty average with 50s and 60s and lows in the 30s and 40s. But the ensemble has not handled these very cold mornings. It was trying to paint mid-30s, mid to upper 30s. Recently, we've had mid to upper 20s. So I would not be shocked if some days were colder than this. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.